Hello, I'm Mitchell Vesta, and today I'm here with Kevin Shekel, the president of the Naperville Humane Society. Well, the board of the Naperville Humane Society.
Yes, sir.
So, we'll get it kicked off right at the bat. How long has the Naperville Humane Society been open for?
It opened up in 1979. We didn't physically have a building until 1988. So for the first 9 years, it was really just a foster network of people who got together and would take in animals from different rescue organizations and then foster them and then do adoptions that way. So the organization itself is 42 years old. The building that we were operating out of until recently was 33 years old. But so it's a pretty established organization in the community.
Wow, really cool.
Yep.
So, with that establishment, obviously you guys have grown just from a foster organization and kind of filtered into, I know you guys have a building right now. Have you made any recent expansions to the building?
We did, yeah. Actually, just in the last year or so, we doubled the size of the building, which if you look at when the original building was built, it was 1988, and the population of Naperville was maybe 60,000 people then. And in 2021, it's almost 160,000 people. So the community got way bigger, but our building and our services didn't really get bigger. So we decided to change that about a year and a half ago. And we hired an architect and a contracting firm to double the size of our building. So it used to be 3,500 square feet. Now we're actually almost 8,000 square feet.
Oh, wow.
That project started in April of last year, and we just finished like a week ago.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. So since the building has grown, what general programs do you offer at the Naperville Humane Society?
Yeah, that's a good question. And it's because most people think a humane society is just adoptions. So animals come in and then families adopt them out. But the things that we're the most proud of is our programs that we have. And there's a lot of them. So our mission is in large part about humane education and about what it means to treat animals well and then kind of be just a good member of society through that. So we got a lot of programs. There is the Paws for Tails program. That is where we have members that'll take animals from the Humane Society and have kids read books with them. So it's really a children's literacy effort.
Oh.
So Paws for Tails, there is positive pet therapy. Some of our animals that have been adopted out in the past have gone through classes where they will now be able to be taken into hospitals or areas where people are in dire situations or something like that, and to kind of brighten their day a little bit or give them some therapy, they get exposed to a really nice dog or a really nice cat. We have a Pets for Veterans and First Responders program where we will subsidize adoptions by people who are in the military or first responders. We have a program where we will send a dog to a juvenile detention facility or a prison.
Oh.
And then the people that are there will train the animal as a part of their correctional program. There's just dog training programs that we have. There's Boy Scout and Girl Scout troops that come in all the time. Really, those ones I mentioned are just the tip of the iceberg. There's a huge roster of programs that we have at the Humane Society, and that's what we want people to really dig into and see that we do that as well.
Yeah, and with the new expansion, I know you guys have some more space. Are you guys thinking about, or have you guys actually added some maybe new programs, or are there new programs coming down the road maybe?
Yes, we just haven't really defined them yet. So in our most recent board meeting, that came out as a part of our strategic plan. So a lot of nonprofits or cities will sit down and create what's called a strategic plan, where they say, things are great right now, but let's look out into the future, 3, 5, 10 years, and set some ambitious goals for ourselves. And one of the ones that came out of our most recent strategic planning session was that we should have more programs now, that we have a bigger facility and we're fully moved into it. So kind of a long answer to your short question there is, yes, we will have more programs. We haven't defined them yet, though.
Okay, nice. So with all those programs, what are some ways to just volunteer? And if anybody wants to come on down and just volunteer their time? And
we have a huge roster of volunteers. I think last time we checked, we have 650 people in our volunteer system. And there's various levels of involvedness there. So there's some really involved volunteers, and there's some people that only came through once. People think that volunteering at a shelter is a lot of like happy walking cats and dogs and playing with puppies. And there's elements of that, but it's gritty work. It's dirty work. It's a lot of cleaning cages and, picking up after these animals. And, the Sunday morning cleanings are brutal, So as far as volunteering is concerned, we're always taking new volunteers. You go through a process of volunteer level 1, 2, 3. Usually you don't become a dog socializer or a cat socializer. That's the fun part, right? Where you get to walk them and play with them.
Yeah.
That's a level 3 usually. And you got to do a lot of cleaning before you get to that.
Okay.
And then a level 3 volunteer as well can do offsite things for us. So we're in the community. We'll go to, Wine Fest and we'll have a table set up there. Or we'll go to the Christmas Kindle Market and we'll have a table set up there. So there's volunteer opportunities outside of the shelter where you can be an advocate for the shelter as well.
Okay. And so I know that you guys I did a bit of digging on your website, and I heard that you guys have a capital campaign. I'm just kind of curious as to what that is and what your goals are with that.
So capital campaign was to pay for the expansion.
Oh.
The project was $2 million. We're financially in a really good place where we could do the project without having raised $2 million because we have plenty of money in our securities account, our general operating account to do it. But we don't want to, of course, spend all of our money when we can fundraise from the community. So that's the capital campaign. A big part of the capital campaign is naming rights. So you can have the building named after yourself. You can have the lobby, the cat kennels, the dog kennels. So there's a different price level associated with all the naming rights. There's raffles that we're doing. For instance, we're raffling off an Airstream trailer. The proceeds from that go to the capital campaign. So it's a really lofty goal. It's $2 million. We've probably fundraised about 50% of it at this point, and we'll continue to fundraise to pay for this building.
Okay. So what kind of stuff do you guys do? Like how would you get part of the building named after you? And what all can you get named after you? And just how does that work?
It's really everything in the building. It's the entire building itself. But I mean, the whole building, if you want it to be, the Mitchell Vesta Humane Society, it's $500,000. So that's for extremely wealthy families or corporations. For instance, the Hinsdale Humane Society had an expansion recently, and somebody bought the naming rights to the building for $1 million. So I think it's the Tuttle or the Turnhill family who owned a manufacturing company. So that's the big one. And then the prices just get smaller. If you want the whole lobby named after yourself, I think it's $200,000. But it's as small as if you want a commemorative brick out front, it's $100. If you want a single dog kennel with your family's name on it, it's $2,500. So we have a brochure that we hand out, and that's on the website too, where people can see different naming levels.
Okay. What is your website? What is the address of it?
It is www.naperhumane.org.
Okay.
Yep. Or if you just Google Naperville Area Humane Society, it's the first thing that pops up.
Okay. So is there by any chance any other ways to donate besides just donating and having part of the building named after you?
Yeah. So you can just do individual monetary donations. If you went onto the site, there's a donate tab where you can choose a level to donate. You can come to our events, and we consider that donating. We have a 5K coming up that you can register for. We have our gala that we do every year. That's in October. That's kind of our big bash where we do a lot of fundraising there. An important thing to note, though, is that it's not just about money when it comes to supporting us. It's also about advocacy. So everybody these days has a Facebook page, they have an Instagram, they have a Twitter, they have a LinkedIn. If you just share some Humane Society information, hey, there's a raffle going on, hey, gala's coming up, and you're just an advocate for us and you're spreading our word through your network, that's a donation too. And we take that gladly as well.
Okay, well, Thank you for all of that. Looks like we're out of time here. So just thank you so much for allowing me to do this interview. It was so interesting to hear about the Naperville Humane Society.
Yeah, thanks for having me, man. Appreciate it.